Welcome back to Studio 5. We know women take on lots of roles, so we're sharing strategies today to help you juggle your life as mom, wife, and an individual too, hoping to help you create a balanced way of life. Studio 5 contributor Connie Sokol tapped into her mom network to gauge what moms struggle to juggle. What did you discover, Connie?
Same old.
What didn't you discover?
Well, social media and by phone and in person, and it's so funny because no matter what stage of life we're in, there were these common threads of this, how do I do this? And I just wanted to hug everyone and go, you know what, we're all in the same leaking boat. So we all just have to help bail, and we have to help plug.
Everybody pick up a pail and a paddle and just dive in.
That's right, and be kind and helpful, so yeah.
Well, you mentioned the reoccurring themes. They did kind of circle around a couple of different topics.
Yes.
We'll jump in with this first question that one of your mom friends kind of brought to the table. Sometimes I feel like there isn't enough of me to go around. How can I meet everyone's needs? And mom is at the center of so many relationships and so many responsibilities.
Yes. The hub of the universe, of the family universe. But the fact of the matter is, I think really stepping back and remind yourself, I can't fill everyone's needs.
Just saying it up front.
Just say it up front and embrace that, because sometimes we really do believe in that fallacy that I am to do all that, and we can't. But what we can do is we can communicate, and then we can set healthy boundaries, and we can say, this is what I can do. So for example, when you're with your kids, or when they have a question about, I need this, I need that, and you're with a lot of different kids at one time, it's so helpful to be able to say, I've got 15 minutes, you and me. So do you want me to help you? Do you want me to hear about your Lego contraption, or do you want me to help you with your homework? And let them make a decision, but let them know by clarity, I cannot fill every need.
So setting boundaries even in your conversations with your little minds.
Yes, and being able to and follow through with that, and not feel sad about that you can't fill every little thing. It's that Anne-Laure Lindbergh quote where she says, I can't give to everyone my heart yearns to. Helping to educate your family first and making them aware, this is what I can do and this is what I can't do, that will go a long way.
Does taking it moment by moment some days come in handy? I know there are moments, there are days when I look at the whole picture, I look at all of the needs and all of the to-dos, and it's like this big weight on your shoulder. But sometimes chunking the day up, if that makes sense, seems to make it a little easier.
Absolutely. And also, I call it shifting gears. Being aware that you are shifting gears, almost like a manual car where you go, I'm in first and I'm in third. Right now I have 6 kids in 5 different schools. And so you think PTA, serving stuff, after school, schedule changes. So I have to pull back and go, okay, what can I do to switch gears? When I'm talking with my older kids, I try really hard to do a physical action, and I try really hard to have them sit. Whenever we're talking, we're sitting, because then that way I know I'm looking at them. I'm saying, they're sitting in their chair, I sit on the bed, I'm focused. Another thing I like to do is maybe take a deep breath. And they roll their eyes, but they're rolling their eyes all the time anyway, so it doesn't matter. But if I'm talking to them and 3 people are talking, then I go, wait, one at a time.
Deep breath.
Okay, I'm with you. What do you need? You know, where it just a physical action can help you go, I'm present, I'm here, I've switched the gear.
Another question that popped up, how do I balance time and focus between being a wife and a mother, especially in the evening? And that's a big one, because in some cases the husband's walking through the door, in some cases the mom's walking through the door, but regardless, you're trying to assess in the evening hours after the day has settled the needs and where you can go from there.
And that's when we were talking about setting boundaries earlier. Like one lady said, oh, I'm not a stay-at-home mom, I'm a stay-in-the-car mom, where she felt like she was just going all the time. You've got phase 1, phase 2, and then phase 3 in the evening. And that, in some stages, is the busiest phase. So the first thing is to educate the family what the schedule looks like. My husband and I just talked about this. When he comes home saying, okay, how would we like to see the evening go? He doesn't always know the family calendar, and like a mom does. And so helping them understand, this is what we have going, these are the needs of the family right now and in this stage of life and tonight. That will help everybody know who gets what slice of the pie.
So you're getting the buy-in early before the evening chaos starts.
Before it even begins. So that way you can parcel it off. You can say, this is what we're going to, this is how much time I have. This is what is available. So what is it, whose needs are necessarily first?
Isn't it amazing we're just talking about the evening right now? But it sounds like we're planning a month-long calendar, and sometimes it feels like we are. Do you know what I mean? It just speaks to the complex roles of women, I think.
And we don't realize, it really is running a half marathon every day. We do not realize the energy output that is going on. And we are going like this. I'm going from a 17 to a 3.5 to a 13 to a 23. And it is different being intuitive. And so being able to educate them and say, this is what it's like for mom at night, and this is what it's like in these schedules. So this is what I need you to understand. First thing is say, what is one way that I can love love, or that you need to be loved and attended to at night? What way do you like to be loved? What way do you like to get attention? Have them all write it down. We did this at family night the other night. And then as they write them down, now you have some things to choose from. And then you can say, because you write down yours too, and then you say, okay, tonight, what is the way out of these things that you would like to be loved and like that? Mom's got X amount of time. We've got X amount to do. This is one thing that I can do. When you can make it clear to them, they start to see you as a person, and they realize when the gas is gone, the car doesn't move. And so you can't pretend otherwise. And then with the husbands, it's so important to let them know, I do want to spend time with you. Here's the reality. I'm one step from a coma. The Surrendered Wife is so great. Laura Doyle talks about this woman.
Is that a book?
It's the book, sorry, the book. And she's the author, and it is wonderful. And she talks about this one woman, 3 little kids, exhausted. Her husband comes home, is so ready to connect, and she says, here's the reality. Want to spend time with you, I can't move. And so she says the kids need a snack to be bathed and put to bed. And he's like, I got this. He says, go take a nap, hour and a half, and he feeds them, he bathes them, and he puts them down. I think he slipped them some Benadryl. I don't know, but then it was all a done deal. And an hour and a half later, she's happy. They spend time together. They're happy. Don't know about the kids, but it doesn't matter because they're happy. And so that's what I'm talking about, this communication, this awareness, and then helping them see mom's only got X amount.
I like the idea, though, of getting the buy-in, because I think so often moms are put in that position of conductor where you feel like you're saying you there. That doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel natural.
Yes, and it's a point and shoot, and then you get the fallout.
Exactly.
And so it's great when you can pull everyone in and say, this is a family deal, so let's see how we can parcel this out. Mom, I can help with English. Dad can help with math.
Another common theme that popped up in your survey of sorts, mom guilt. So one mom asked this, I feel guilty for not loving it all. How do I deal with those feelings? What's your solution, Connie?
And I wanted to say to her, you know what? Come on over to my house. We'll have Ben and Jerry's and we'll commiserate together. Because there is this, sometimes this, we buy into this fallacy. I should love every minute. And we don't love potty training. It's okay. So we can just embrace that. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be days you love it and days you go, what did I get myself into? I had no idea. So embrace that it's going to be like that and take time off. Whatever you do, whether it's 15 minutes this week, my goal is every day to do 10 minutes of something enjoyable. And I don't always get 10 minutes together. It's so ridiculous. But something enjoyable that's not productive, just fun. So maybe it's an hour, maybe it's an evening, maybe it's a Saturday morning. Work it out. Trade with the neighbor, talk to your husband. This time off principle is the one key thing that will keep you sane and the perk.
We have 1 minute. I do want to get to this last one, though. It speaks to balancing the needs of children. So in Utah, a lot of moms have a lot of kids to deal with. So one mom asked, how can I balance those needs without neglecting each child's needs? You want them to find the twofers. What does that mean? Twofer,
meaning like for recently, my daughter, she wanted to work with animals and I want to spend more time with her. And I wanted to find time to write other than 4 in the morning. And so I found an animal place. She can help. It's a half hour out, half hour back. We chat, chat, chat. I write for 2 hours. She plays with animals, chat, chat, chat all the way back. Done.
Nice.
It's a threefer.
Nice.
So find something like that that makes it so it does not a one time, but it's got 3 things that it does.
You can double up and meet more than one need in one activity. I love it, Connie. Thank you so much. Great information like this on your website for us.
Yes, and we have our Jumpstart class. We're doing more of this, and it's online, so you choose your time. Come, free promo code on the website today.
We'll look for that at ConnieSokol.com. Those Jumpstart classes are getting a lot of buzz. Women are loving it, so be sure to dial it up if this conversation resonated with you especially. We'll be right back.